The popular image of the Viking often conjures a scene of swift longships descending upon coastal villages, their crews emerging with axes and shields, driven solely by a lust for plunder. This vivid, almost cinematic portrayal has been etched into the historical consciousness, dominating our collective understanding of these Norse seafaring people for centuries. It is a powerful narrative, certainly, rooted in the very real and often brutal raids that indeed marked a significant period of their activity across Europe. Yet, to confine the Vikings to this singular, aggressive role is to overlook the vast tapestry of their existence, diminishing the true scope of their ingenuity and ambition. Beyond the sudden, terrifying incursions, a different kind of Viking history unfolds, one built not on conquest alone, but on commerce, craftsmanship, and an insatiable curiosity about the world. These were people whose lives were intricately woven with the rhythms of trade and the boundless horizons of exploration. Their voyages were not always missions of war, often, they were meticulously planned expeditions of discovery, driven by economic necessity and an astonishing navigational prowess. The very ships that carried raiders to distant shores were also the vessels of merchants, laden with goods rather than warriors. These longships, masterpieces of their time, were versatile enough to navigate both the shallowest rivers and the most tempestuous open seas, connecting disparate lands and cultures in an unprecedented network of exchange. They were the arteries of a vibrant economy, pulsing with the flow of valuable commodities across vast distances. From their Scandinavian homelands, the Vikings established extensive trading networks that stretched both east and west, south and north. They forged pathways across the Baltic Sea, down the rivers of Eastern Europe into the heart of Rus, reaching the opulent markets of Byzantium and the sophisticated caliphates of the Islamic world. To the west, their routes encompassed the British Isles, Francia, and even the distant shores of the Mediterranean. These were not just opportunistic exchanges, they were sophisticated commercial enterprises. Goods flowed in a continuous stream, furs, amber, walrus ivory, and timber from the northern forests were traded for silver dirhams, silk from the east, wine, spices, and finely crafted pottery. Slaves, tragically, also formed a significant part of this grim commerce, reflecting the harsh realities of the era. Bustling trade hubs like Birka in Sweden, Hedeby in Denmark, and Koppang in Norway emerged as vital centers of this economic activity. These were cosmopolitan towns where different languages mingled, currencies exchanged hands, and diverse cultures converged. Archaeological finds reveal a rich array of foreign artifacts, testifying to the global reach of Viking trade and their openness to external influences. The Vikings were adept at navigating complex monetary systems, often using hacksilver, fragments of jewelry, coins, and ingots, weighed precisely on intricately crafted scales. This standardized system of exchange facilitated transactions across a multitude of cultures and currencies, demonstrating a practical understanding of market dynamics and the value of goods. Their economic acumen was far more developed than the simple raiding stereotype suggests. This extensive trade fostered not only material wealth but also cultural exchange. Ideas, technologies, and artistic styles traveled alongside the merchandise, enriching Viking society and influencing the lands they visited. The intricate knotwork and zoomorphic designs characteristic of Viking art, for instance, often show influences from the Celtic and Anglo-Saxon traditions encountered through both trade and raid. Yet, beyond the established routes of commerce, lay the uncharted waters, beckoning the truly adventurous. The Vikings were not merely traders, they were also unparalleled explorers, driven by a spirit of discovery that pushed the boundaries of the known world. Their journeys into the vast, unforgiving Atlantic stand as testament to their courage and their remarkable seafaring skills. The motivations for these epic explorations were varied: a desire for new agricultural land, the search for valuable resources, political exile, or simply an innate human curiosity about what lay beyond the horizon. Whatever the impetus, their readiness to venture into the unknown was extraordinary, leading them to lands no European had ever seen before. Their legendary longships were crucial to these endeavors, representing a pinnacle of ancient shipbuilding technology. These vessels, with their shallow drafts and clinker-built hulls, were robust enough to withstand ocean storms yet nimble enough to navigate rivers and fjords. They were truly multi-purpose craft, embodying the versatile nature of the Viking people themselves. Navigating the open ocean without modern instruments required an intimate knowledge of the natural world. Vikings relied on the sun's position, the stars, the flight patterns of birds, and the subtle shifts in ocean currents and wave direction. Their sophisticated understanding of these natural phenomena allowed them to chart courses across vast, featureless expanses, a feat that still inspires awe. One of their most significant exploratory achievements was the settlement of Iceland, beginning in the late 9th century. This remote, volcanic island became the first permanent Norse settlement outside Scandinavia, a testament to their resilience and adaptability. Here, they established a thriving society, developing unique legal and political systems that have endured for centuries. From Iceland, the spirit of exploration continued to burn brightly. Around 985 CE, Eric the Red, exiled from Iceland, set sail westward and discovered Greenland. Despite its formidable icy landscape, Eric strategically named it Greenland to attract settlers, demonstrating an early understanding of marketing and colonization. A Norse community endured there for nearly 500 years, a testament to human fortitude in a challenging environment. But the Vikings' reach extended even further west. Around 1000 CE, Eric's son, Leif Erikson, pushed beyond Greenland's shores and landed on the coast of North America, which he named Vinland. This remarkable journey places them as the first Europeans to set foot on the continent, nearly 5 centuries before Columbus. Archaeological evidence at L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland confirms their brief, pioneering presence. These incredible voyages transformed the geographical understanding of their time, expanding the known world far beyond the confines of Europe. They established new trade routes, discovered new resources, and fostered unique cultural interactions, however fleeting, with the indigenous peoples they encountered. Their legacy is not just one of plunder, but of profound geographical discovery and enduring settlement. The Vikings were not a monolithic entity, driven by a single purpose. They were a dynamic, complex people whose actions were shaped by a confluence of social, economic, and environmental factors. Their reputation as raiders, while historically grounded, is but one facet of a much larger and more compelling story. To truly appreciate their impact, one must look beyond the axe and consider the ledger, the compass, and the sheer audacity of their westward gaze. They were innovators in shipbuilding, masters of navigation, astute entrepreneurs, and intrepid adventurers whose daring spirit propelled them across oceans and into the annals of global exploration. Their legacy invites us to question simplistic narratives and to recognize the multifaceted nature of human endeavor, reminding us that even the most formidable figures in history often wear many different masks, each revealing a deeper truth about ambition, resilience, and the relentless human quest to understand and conquer the world around them.